Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to the channel. So what do y'all think for a camping channel? YouTube camping channel. What do you think as far as opening shots go? I think as far as opening shots are concerned, for a camping channel, that's a pretty good opening shot. It looks good to me. The flowers spring. I think it's tiger lilies. They're not quite ready yet. They'll be a little while before they're ready. Spring is in the air. It's not fully sprung yet, but it's in the process of springing as we speak. So we'll go with that. We'll take it. That's a good start. We'll take it. Anyway, all right. I'm out today doing a little bit of camping. Like I said, weather's real pretty. I'm in a real good spot. I used to call it, it's known as Catfish Camp on Google Earth, on my Google Earth. Awesome catfish spot right over here. Not far from here, about 50 yards, 60, something like that. But anyhow, it got flooded. We had second worst floods in our history not long ago, just a few weeks ago. And so my spot got flooded, and I came out a few days ago, something like that. Came over here and cleared out this old road here. This was the old road, and everybody's been using a new one to get down to the good fishing spot. But anyway, I came up and cleared the old one, opened it up, just some vines, moved the dead stuff, left all of the living trees. I don't want to, I want to leave the canopy where it's at. Here in another month or so, this spot is going to be absolutely drop dead gorgeous. Be a pretty little path coming in, big field of tiger lilies, nice pretty little camp spot over there. A little trail going around, another trail going out that way. Might put me a little barbecue over here. But it's beside the river. It's a floodplain. It's beside the Tug River. No one owns it as far as that goes. It's government. There were some houses, but you can see what the river does. This is just from our recent flooding. It's called flood mud. Has all the cracks in it. Some of them a foot deep. But anyway, that's the road. Used to come down this way and go down there. And you can see there's a little bit of debris. Haven't really done much cleaning on that yet. I'll be working on that as well. But I cleared the dead stuff. You can see what I cut, just to kind of open it up. And I'm going to fix my spot back up down by the river. You can't let the best catfish hole for miles just go. You have to fix your spot back. And I know of another real pretty little sandy bank down here. I call it Catfish Camp. That I'm going to clear it back up. And it's just a really beautiful spot down by the river at some really good catfishing, usually, depending on the fish's mood, I suppose. But anyway, good spot. Hang on one second. It's beautiful today. It's mid-60s. We're supposed to get 68 degrees today, about 40 tonight, and about 68 tomorrow. So tomorrow should be nice too, and tomorrow night's like 50. So I brought my diesel heater with me. Just all sorts of junk. Got my big tent. Got a bunch of junk in there. Got my big TV with me. Got a big flat panel TV. Battery in here. Got a big power bank in the back. All kinds of toys. Well, guys, what do you think? I like it. I think it looks pretty good. Nice little porch I can raise and lower whenever. Got me a nice spot raked out for my fire pit. Looks good. I like it. Got me a couple Duraflame logs over here. Got my rakes. I did a little bit of work. I took a little rechargeable chainsaw, 6-inch, one battery's worth. So I got a little bit done so far. And I've got everything more or less set up. This is my 1 million car garage. I can park cars the entire planet from here. So yeah, all the cars in the world in the garage. Pretty little flower bed. I like the flowers. I can't wait till they bloom. Yellow, orange and yellow tiger lilies. That should look really good. But we've got inside here a little tour. Here's the entertainment center and kitchen, depending on which you happen to be doing at the moment. I usually have another TV, another little stand I put the TV on, but I didn't have room for it, so they can share. I can live with that. But I got my junk over here, my supplies, food, and got my steaks in the cooler, and the pan's ready to go, and coffee pot, all that good stuff. Got my bed all set up, comfy chair. Yeah, looks good. All the comforts of home. I'm not going to try to work too much, you know. Yeah, I'll throw that out there now, right? Not going to try to work too much, just more or less having fun, enjoy, and I'll get a little bit of work done, but I don't want to work too much, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that's the diesel heater, right? I've got a little remote right there for the diesel heater, because, you know, to say if it gets cold in the middle of the night, to adjust it without the remote, I would have to like lean over here and, you know, push the button manually, and, you know, that's just too much to ask. So I'll just use the remote, you know, work it from right here, you know, trying not to work too much, right? But yeah, got my power bank set up underneath there, got lights hooked up to it, got my ceiling fan. Check this out. Heather got me this. This thing works incredibly good. You gotta get it. There we go. That's on high. That thing is getting it. I can feel it. That is really cool. Have me a little ceiling fan in here, y'all. But it's supposed to rain. Oh, here, train. There's a train track right over there on the other side of the river. It's supposed to rain, and they said 9 o'clock, and it's 4 o'clock now. So we'll see how that goes. But I've got me a nice little spot cleared out. I'll wait for the train. Got me a nice little spot cleared out right here and raked all back, well away from the fire pit, you know, just in case. I've never had one get away from me, but maybe that's why. But check that out. Heather got me that for my birthday, and I'm finally getting around to giving it a try. Just little legs that go together. It's actually pretty easy to put together, and mesh that goes on top, stainless mesh, and you just, I got some Duraflame. Of course, I've got endless amounts of firewood all the way around me. And check out the train. That's a freight there. That one's a freight train. 2 engines, fairly long. Amazon, Intermodal, JB Hunt, Amazon. Pretty cool though, huh? I say that now. Of course, about 3 a.m. that train goes rumbling by. We'll see how cool it is then, huh? Like I said, the rain should start. It's supposed to get down to around 40 tonight. And the rain, when I left the house, the weather was saying rain around 9 p.m. So we'll see how it goes. What was it, 90% chance at 9 p.m. I think there's like a 20% chance from here on out. Getting a little bit cloudier. The sun was out earlier, but it's still, it's still warm. I'm running around in a t-shirt. It's real nice weather, real pretty day. Well, I've got my table all set up in kitchen mode, and he looks like he's ready to get busy, don't he? I've got me some couple nice New York strips and some green onions, and got me a real nice chef salad, turkey and ham, and A1. Have to have A1, right? Sacrilege. You have to have the steak sauce. I made a special stop just for the A1. But anyway, got my TV. It's a floor model TV right now. As soon as I get done with dinner, I'll just move everything back, set my TV up there. The chair becomes a dining room table, and we sit right there and watch movies. That should work. Have steak and hang around and watch movies. And let's see, I've got all of my remotes handy. Okay, we don't want to have to move, make any unnecessary movements. had to shore it up outside. I've had some, a little bit of sun right now, a little crack in the clouds. It's been getting darker. It's had a shower pass by, nothing dramatic, just a little quick shower, but it got windy for a while. I had to break down, put some rock, put some weight on there, but we seem to be okay now. I found some cinder block over there. It's wild, ain't it? Wherever people been, right? But I found some cinder block and put some weight on the skirt. So I think that should be good. It got a little bit windy afterward, just to test it, kind of watching it, see how it did. And it did pretty good after, we shored it up a little bit. But everything seems to be going well so far. Looks like I've probably got, what do you figure, an hour? Something like that till the sun's gone. That's what you want to see right there, ain't it? It's the size of that beast. That's a big old pan, too. That thing's like almost an inch thick. Yeah, you sizzle your little heart out. Sizzle all you like. I'll be right here waiting for you. Yeah, buddy, this looks pretty good, don't it? This looks like something I can probably live with. Whoa. A little high. It's okay. I can live with that. Yeah, you're pretty. Yeah, you're pretty. Got my salad. Got my green onions ready to go. Got the salt. Gotta have salt for your green onions. Law. Just about done. Got me a nice little sear on both sides. Just giving the inside just a little tiny bit more. Alright, well, dinner is ready. Nice big steak. Whole bunch of A1. Big salad over here. Let me move that. My knife getting in the A1. You stay up here. Both of you. Chill. Got my TV set up, and we are ready to watch a movie. That'll work. Anyway, all right, we got the movie queued up. It's time. Playtime is over. Time to get serious. It just melts. Oh man, that's really good. It just melts in your mouth. Just melts. That is really good. Okay, that's exactly what we wanted to see right there, wasn't it? See that A1 on there? Look at that. Oh, let's get a little more. Now, I can live with that. That is really tender. It's been a while since I've had a good steak. Here we go. Got a nice sear on the outside, medium well in the middle, and we are ready to rock. All right, let's watch some cartoons, have dinner. It's raining now. Just had a train went by a minute ago. Been a nice night. Windy out there. Look at that. I don't know if y'all can see the curtain just flapping away. Curtain. Curtain. Pretty windy out. Anyway, it's about my bedtime. I just about had it. That's about enough for me. Hopefully the tent stays where it's at. That would be good. All right, everybody. Wish me luck. Hopefully everything stays where it's at. We'll see y'all in the morning. Good night. Well, good morning. It seems I've made it through the night, although just barely. Skin of my teeth kind of thing. I don't know what it was. I suspect the salad dressing. I'm not sure. Whatever. I woke up. I laid down. I don't know, midnight. Well, I laid down to bed before that, just watching TV and stuff. Started getting a headache. And by about midnight, I'm out in the UTV in the rain trying to find an ibuprofen. Took them out. We ran out in the house, and I took my stash in the house. Didn't have any. No ibuprofen. Okay, we're suffering through this headache all night then. Okay. Next thing you know, the throwing up starts. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful night. Oh my God, it was so glorious. Out at 3 a.m. in a raincoat, throwing your guts up. Oh well. Yeah, 3 o'clock in the morning. 3 a.m. pitch black, pouring rain. I'm out in a raincoat throwing up. Why does this weird crap always happen to me, man? Why? It's always something weird stuff. How's that work anyway? Anyway, like I said, I seem to be okay now. I've been up for about 20 minutes or so. Got windows open and Warm me up some coffee real quick. Oh yeah, that really helps. That definitely helps. Well, I guess I got some rest anyway. After I got sick, you know, the headache went away within about 30 minutes. So that was kind of weird, you know, as soon as you throw up. It's kind of suspicious a little bit, don't you think? But anyway, like I said, I've got all of the outdoors at my disposal today. And I've got everything fully set up. And I'm feeling okay now. So I guess we'll stay for another day. Well, that's a little bit better. This kind of makes you feel a whole lot better just sitting out in the sun by the fire. This makes everything look a little bit better, don't it? And I'm feeling a little bit better, well, a lot better. Minor, teensy little headache, you know how you feel it the next day, that kind of thing. Other than that, we seem to be good to go. The tent did awesome. I mean, it stayed really warm, actually a little bit warmer than I would have liked. I thought about opening a window. I had to eat on one. Thought about opening a window, but I didn't, because I was, you know, I was in and out like till 3. Wow, that was a wild night, man. I wouldn't want to redo that. And I get a little bit done today. I'm not going to try to, you know, get carried away or anything like that. Just enjoy my trip, you know. Enjoy it. Kind of hang out and get a little bit done. Like I said, some big vines and stuff, and they choke out the trees. See these big ones right here? What they do is they get up in the treetops, and you can see how they do, and they snarl everything up, and they cause the trees, see how they bend? They cause them to be deformed. And when, you know, a good wind comes by, it doesn't handle gravity very well because it's leaning, and then it takes out just a great big chunk of stuff. You know, what you want is like freestanding trees, but not so much crazy vines. You know, you can have some, but you know, you don't want to get carried away. Well, it's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and you know, my late morning was nice. So, you know, kind of hung out and just hung out by the fire. Got a little bit done. Some of the bigger vines, didn't really do a whole lot. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead, since, you know, middle of the day, go ahead and run up into Mate One's, about 6 miles each way. And I don't have cell service here, like I said, so I have to run up there, give Heather a quick call, let her know I'm okay, still alive, and go ahead and get me a bottle of ibuprofen while I'm up there. Well, today seems to be shaping up much better than yesterday did. Anyway, very windy. You can hear it just roaring. Hang on, look at this. Swaying around. You can hear all the wind. That's the only problem I'm having now, is the wind. The tent, you know, if you have it open, it catches the wind like a parachute. If you limit how much air can come in, see here, intruding. But anyway, and I thought, you know, I brought stuff to nibble on, you know, for this evening. You know, just junk. I got an MRE and some snacks, you know, chips, cookies, cakes, that kind of thing. And I thought, no. I ran back up and got me a few pieces of fried chicken. That really hit the spot. The wind should die down later this evening. You know, maybe have me a little fire or something like that. Didn't really get to yesterday. It, you know, started raining a little bit earlier, and then, you know, wound up, yeah, we don't even need to talk about that no more. kind of makes you think, you know, like people say, you know, a couple hundred years ago, headache, toothache, whatever, pick your poison. There ain't nobody around. There ain't no Dollar General that has a 250 bottle of ibuprofen for $4. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of makes you think, don't it? You know what they had to do, what they had to suffer through with, well, everything, you know, that we just take for granted. You know, penicillin, you know, we can get a shot, or, you know, eat a couple pills for stuff that 150 years ago would kill you. You know, interesting thought, isn't it? Interesting thought. Almost dark now. Getting there, won't be long now. Last little bit of sunlight left in the evening sky right there. The other side is pretty much gone. Anyway, it is nighttime in the woods. Very windy out here in the woods too. Very windy out here. Cleared me a nice big spot. I got a little bit of work done. Cleared me a nice big spot to try to get it out of the wind a little bit. But as you can see, it ain't working so well. It's still pretty windy. Sounds like a freight train from time to time going through the trees. You know, the wind, it's, yeah. But the tent has been dancing. Yeah, that puppy's been doing some dancing. He's been bouncing and carrying on all evening. Hear it? Like a freight train coming. Some of them hit you, some of them don't. I guess it just depends on which way the gust is going. It can be on the hill headed, you know, parallel to you, and you know, you'll hear it. It sounds ferocious, but oh, here we go. Yeah, we're jumping a little bit. So far so good though. We've held up good. It's took the storm, you know, poured rain last night, and wind, and very windy all day today, and it hasn't moved. It's jumped, well, it's jumped around a little bit, but it stayed attached and still standing. So we'll say that much. It has moved. I can't say it hasn't moved. But anyway, yeah, feeling much better. Chicken, and I credit the chicken. Anyway, all right, I was gonna say go out and see if I can't get you know, clear spot and wind, but don't look like it, does it? Oh well, we'll see. Moving on. Well, guys, it's about 10:30 on the last morning. It's been, yeah, last night was great. I mean, I slept like a baby, you know, angel wings wrapped around me and junk. I don't know if I was just tired, didn't sleep much the night before or whatever, but yeah, I slept really, really good last night. It was real nice and warm in there. It got crazy. The wind finally quit about midnight, 1 o'clock. It was vicious. I mean, this whole trip, except for right now, matter of fact, the early morning, there's no wind. But other than that, man, it's been crazy. Of course, once these leaves grow in, you know, that'll block all the wind. There won't be any here. Been a nice little trip. And I was just thinking earlier, it had, you know, wind, rain, sun, heat, hot, you know, hot, cold, sickness, and in health. This trip was a lot like marriage. In sickness and in health. But anyway, I got a lot done. Well, okay, I don't want to say I got a lot done. I should take that back. I got a little bit done. I got some done. I got this spot up here nice and neat, and got it all raked back, and haven't cut anything. Like I said, I don't want to cut anything living. I want all that stuff to stay up there. All I want is to just clear the, get the old path cleaned up, and the wide spots down in here underneath the canopy. How you get a large tree canopy, nothing grows underneath it. And this is one of those spots. It just happens to be, there was an old business here of over here was a garage. You can see there's a garage on this side and a door. Could have been a house, I suppose. Possible. Strange place. It'd be right by the river. It'd be a weird place to put a house. It'd be a weird place to put anything, really. I mean, if the river's right there. It's 20 feet from your door. I don't know about that. Somebody put out a bunch of flowers, though. I would imagine it was probably pretty at one point. This was probably somebody's front yard back in the day, till it got flooded a few times, and the government got tired of fixing their place and bought them out, and just turned it into, it's just floodplain now. Nothing, you can't do anything permanent on it. Not for sale. It's not, it's almost like it doesn't exist. But there's some nice places. There's some messy places too, be honest. It's a river. There's some messy places too. But there are some nice spots. I still haven't taken y'all down to the river to show you the mess, have I? Anyway, it's been a really interesting trip. A really good morning. I'm thoroughly enjoying this. Feeling all energized and hyper again. Regular old Leo. Wanting to do something. That's okay. We got something to do, all right. We definitely got something to do. All of this stuff has to be ripped down, folded, wrapped, tied, bagged. All right, fire. Yeah, you're very smoky. Okay, thank you very much. Anyway, pack it all up, and then you got to play Tetris over here and load everything, and then you can leave. So yeah, I've still yet got, if I started right now and tried to do it as quickly as I possibly could, I could probably have everything done in about an hour and a half. I ain't going to try to do it as quickly as I possibly can. I can tell you that right now. I'm in a good mood, but I ain't in that good a mood. Alright, let's just enjoy a little bit. I can play with my fire, poke at it. There's my pokey stick over there. I can poke at my fire for another hour or two, and then start that. Alright, we'll see y'all in a little while. Enjoy the fire a minute. Well guys, it's 11:45, and as you can see, there's some rain showers inbound. I have no cell service, so I have no radar, but I can feel some light drizzle coming. It looks like Mother Nature wants to race. Okay, so be it. I've got to start. Got a bunch of junk out here laid on a tarp. Way you have to do it, stage it all and then load it on. That goes first, tent first. It's the biggest piece. So yeah, you have to pile it all up. Hopefully she don't start raining while, we're in the midst thereof. Got a good junk done in here though. Oh, I can't really see that well, can you? Huh? I've knocked a dent in it. That's for sure. 12:30. Got everything packed, loaded, strapped down, got a cover on it, and all that good stuff. Everything ready to go. a major feat considering, you know, my OCD. I have to fold all of the tarps correctly. All of the corners have to be right and so forth. It's just an old habit. This right here, this flat spot, this is what's left of Catfish Camp. This is my old camping spot right here. Yeah, I know. Me too. This is my camping spot right here. This used to be absolutely gorgeous, beautiful little spot. It will be again, though. It will be again. You know, nature, Mother Nature has a way of clearing stuff like this. You know, floods happen. Now, it ain't the first one here. And, you know, it recovered the last time. So it'll probably recover this time too. But it did do some good. It stripped away all of the smaller vegetation and left only the bigger trees. See this gap going right down through here? This is the spot that I've been wanting to clear out for a long time. And this is the path that I've been using to get down here. Wow, look at all that trash. Wow. A mess and a half, ain't it? Heather may edit this part out. I don't know. I'll show you the rest. There is a little bit of a silver lining here in a second. There is a silver lining. Hang on, I'll show it to you. Pretty cool in the daylight. Not real cool in the middle of the night when you're asleep. Yeah, that's right. Screech on up that way somewhere. Anyhow, as I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted, this right here used to be the path. Went down right here, and I don't know if y'all can see the big sandy bank down there. Now, like I said, the trash is, I'll do what I can. I'll pick up quite a bit of it. A lot of it, then, like I said, nature will, it's kind of like I always kind of figured it's kind of like when you get a thorn in your hand or something. You can't get it out. It just kind of encapsulates for a while and isolates it, your body does. I guess nature kind of does that too until it decomposes. She kind of isolates it and seals it up in wet dirt until it decomposes eventually. But it will recover, you know, it will look better. But like I said, this right here is a new path. This didn't exist before. The flood just literally ripped everything out of the way. So all I have to do is clean it up. Yeah, I'm going to. All I have to do is clean it up, and I'll have me a really cool camping spot. Look here. This little sandy spot right here. Now, minus the trash, okay? You know, you've got the creek running down right there. And I don't know if y'all can see it. That's Catfish spot right there. That's Catfish Camp right there. Awesome fishing spot. Great big, long, deep stretch of water upstream. Comes into a curve, slows down. All the stuff settles, you know, blah, 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 in the curve. Really good fishing spot. Great catfish spot. The bank, the river, the flood washed out the sandy bank. But you can see it's filling back out. It's, you know, going back out there because of the creek. So the sandy bank will be back. And it's actually a little bit bigger now than it was. The last time I came down and looked at it, it's a tiny bit bigger. So it's growing. You know, there will be a nice sandy beach down there again. And when I'm down here cleaning and... oh my God, I got my work cut out, don't I? It will, though. It'll be a beautiful spot by the time. Give me till June. Give me till June, and it'll look great here. But I'll make me a path just going right straight down, and you'll have your nice little sandy beach right there to go fishing, and really nice little hidden, secluded camp spot right here. I have about 6 here, actually. Bring all kinds of friends. bring them, give them trash bags. Anyway, oh well, that's a thing for another day, I suppose. We ain't going to start on that today. Like I said, I just brought y'all down here and showed you this. I just wanted y'all to see, you know, what it looks like beforehand. And when it gets done, I think you'll see something quite different in just a couple months. So be sure to subscribe just for that, if nothing else. Can't get over all those fish, though. Hundreds and hundreds of, right here, right along the bank. Just a great big school of them, staying right at the edge of the water, right on the bank. Hopefully it's a good sign. Something's out there terrorizing them. There's a bunch of them, thousands. And I can see them from, you know, this far away. They got to be 6-8 inches from here. See them from here. Big ones. Well, big minnows. All right, let's head back up. Yeah, it's a mess, I know. I know y'all probably thinking the same thing I am. How in the world is he going to clean up all of that? Well, I cleaned it up before and I'll clean it up again. We'll put it that way. A lot of stuff just washed in right here where the curve is. A lot of big logs and all kinds of junk. You can see there was an old building of some kind right there. It probably got took out in the 77 flood, though, I'm guessing. You can see where something used to be right there. I wonder if that could have been the house and then the garage over there. Looks like a big 2-car garage. The cinder blocks. The mud flat just looks wild. All cracked. And we're back. Catfish Camp 2.0. Okay, well guys, this trip here, it had a little bit of everything on it, didn't it? Had adventure, some fun, some illness, wind, rain, heat, all kinds of craziness, and just all kinds of craziness on this trip. I'll remember this one for a while. That's all right though. That's the ones you remember, ain't it? The ones that was a little bit wild are the ones that you remember. I think I'll probably remember this trip for a minute. Anyway, guys, I appreciate y'all coming along with me on this little weird little weird little whatever it was. It was kind of fun other than being sick. It was a ball. Anyway, guys, we'll see y'all a little bit later, and y'all have a really good one, and thank you for watching. This is Leo, and Leo out. See y'all next time.